Yo, how we doing? Trevor Burke checking in. Good to be back. I wanted to make this video because it kind of hit me today. I looked at the numbers, and I like to share on this channel breakthroughs. I think I don't like to gatekeep. I want to share with you guys what works for me, because I believe if it works for me, I believe anyone could implement the same thing and get the same result. There's many ways to bake a cake, but sometimes, if you have a good recipe, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So this is a good thing, kind of a milestone for me. You saw the title of the video, so I looked at it. So I made $10,000 in 1 month. You don't have to watch the whole video. I basically just had a commission structure and a base salary. That's it. I had a base salary that paid me about $4,000 a month, and then I made $6,000 in commissions. So you do the math. Now, I know a lot of people, they're like, for me personally, I'm like, I've heard a lot of people say, oh, you just got to get to $10,000 a month, get there. And I'm like, 10,000, that's impossible. I had the mindset that is impossible. And I will say, in order to get somewhere, you have to forego the limiting beliefs that maybe were passed down through your family or through your school or through teachers or friends. You have to kind of separate yourself from that and really begin to become delusional. Okay? Delusion has a negative connotation, and I think there's a lot of areas, if you're delusional, you're just gonna hurt yourself. If you're delusional with, taxes, sure enough, okay, pain. If you're delusional with, oh, I can eat this, this, and this, and I won't gain weight, you're gonna probably gain weight. But the delusional belief that I had that I could, make that much, was starting to get there. And through reading some books like Think and Grow Rich, which I've mentioned on this channel, books like The Science of Getting Rich, How to Win Friends and Influence People, 48 Laws of Power, and then also, I'm very fortunate that I had some very good teachers in my life. Andy Elliott, Jeremy Miner, people that they had a psychology of how to sell and how to influence people and how to make a lot of money. And it's so funny that the month that I made $10,000, 2 months ago, I made $0. I was unemployed for a whole month. So think about this. If you're in a place where you're down and out, it looks very dark, that's how quick things can turn around. If you keep going, if you stay persistent, if you stay true to what's true in your heart. And back to, a lot of you probably clicked on this like, all right, I get all this stuff, like get to the actual, like, how do I make 10,000? Now there's many ways, like I said, many ways to bake a cake. There's people that start a business and they make 10,000, but they spend 8, so they only got 2. You know what I mean? So, and I did that a few years ago with life insurance. I had hit 10,000, but it was delusional and it was a facade, because yeah, my numbers said 10,000 and everyone congratulated me, but I was spending like $5,000 in leads. I was spending $300 a month on a phone dialer. I had all these expenses, so it would chew up all my profits. And in life insurance, if you have a chargeback, which if you're not in sales, a chargeback is when you sell something and then 2 days later the customer changes their mind. Okay, they get their money back most of the time. Now in this industry, it was health insurance, and I got this job in a weird way. I was back home, and I really was contemplating moving back to Cincinnati, and I was really down bad. Talked to a buddy from back home, was thinking about getting an apartment with him, and that kind of fell through. And then I got a text, just a cold outreach that they sent out to people that have their insurance license, And I had never done health insurance in my life. I had never sold a single health insurance policy. I had no idea. I was so ignorant to that side of the industry. But something was calling me. Something was saying, like, take the chance, go back to Florida, give it a shot. So I got there in October, learned the ropes, went through training, was kind of just like skating by on, just basic hourly pay and salary, and just I knew commissions would come, but I would I really was like, I had to rebuild myself. And if you're watching this, if you're in a place of rebuilding, that is the most powerful spot you can be in, because you owe no obligation to anyone to be the same person you were yesterday, last year, 5 years ago. You are a creative being. You are a spiritual being. And our inclination is to grow. And if we don't grow, by law, we're going the other way. If we're not growing, we're dying. Okay? If we're not creating, we are destroying. Okay? If we are not at ease, we are in disease. Okay? There's always a yin and a yang. So I was in a spot of just pure, my confidence was low. You could be so confident. If you don't have money, I'm sorry. I don't truly believe this to the fullest, but you need some sort of money to feel truly confident, okay? Especially nowadays. So I got the job, I learned the ropes, and then I started selling. I started calling, having people call me, and I started quickly, rising through the office. And when you become a good salesperson, you realize that keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Hurts my feelings every time. And in my head, I was like, this is so simple. All I needed to know is how to get them to agree. And then from there, it's a sale. And, I feel like so many people overcomplicate things. They, as my mentor would say, people major in minors. Okay, there's minor details that people spend a major amount of time on. Okay, that's unimportant. The majors, you want to major in majors. Okay, find out what really changes and what really moves the lever, what moves the chains. Okay, what gets the first down, what gets the sale. And then once you get a baseline, a foundation, then you can amplify and improve. And that's exactly what I did. Each week and each day and each hour and each call was an incremental improvement. And then it was our busy season, so it was like ramped up. We were there for 12 hours a day, just slinging. And at the end of the month, my checking account, I had the most money I've ever had in my checking account. And it was honestly, it felt weird. You'd think it would feel like amazing, like, oh my God. And it did for a little bit, but that's the odd thing about success and little baby goals that you accomplish, is no matter how big they are, subconsciously, if you don't have a bigger vision you're going after, you're going to be like, is this all there is? And I think an incremental part to that is I realized this was bound to happen. Okay, I attracted this through the person I became. And I'm not perfect. I don't try to be perfect. I'm a very flawed individual. There's a lot of things I need to work on. But there's a few areas where I got the result. And, I got to credit a lot of the people that were there that were pushing me. And my desk mate was like, just as competitive as me. So we would compete to see who would get the most sales. And I think if you're fortunate enough to be around people that motivate you, man, there's no limit to what you can accomplish. And I think whether you make it through a business you create, or you're a salesperson, or if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, I think you owe it to yourself to really stretch yourself. When it's time to work day in, day out, hours, weekends, work. Okay, my dad taught me during the week we work. On the weekends, we work. We're men. We're meant to provide. And it really feels good to be able to accomplish something to now where, you know, I can go to the grocery store and I don't have to really skimp. I can get the ribeye, multiple ribeyes. It feels kind of like I'm being naughty. I'm buying multiple ribeyes, you know, or, you know, I can go to the restaurant and I can actually pay for my friends. I can say, hey, I got this one. And they're like, oh my God, really? I'm like, yeah, no worries. It feels so good, you know, and it's been my dream to be the dad, to be at the head of the table and have a beautiful family and relatives and colleagues and associates, and I fucking pick up the tab. And I feel like I got a little bit of taste. I got a little taste of the glory, you know, of what the future holds for myself. And I just want to share it with you guys because I know it can seem like, oh, he just got lucky or this happened or this. No, dude, I know exactly what it is. First of all, it's the man upstairs. Okay, I never forgot him. I put my faith in him because I knew I didn't rely on my own understanding. I went to him in times of need, and I went to him continuously. Okay, but then on the other side, I worked on myself. I knew if I wanted better, I had to become better. You know, if you want more, you, the variable, the person, the individual, the being, the spiritual being, you have to become more. And it's when I became more that I started to attract more. And I think those who self-educate, those who self-improve will forever be wealthy. Will forever be wealthy. Because they're constantly growing. They're constantly looking for ways to improve. They're constantly bettering themselves. They're not blaming and complaining. They're turning the inward eyes on them. How can I improve? What did I do to contribute to this situation? Okay, and that is a prerequisite to any level of success, big or small. Okay, and I know if you clicked on this video, you were looking for like a way to make the 10,000. You have to become the $10,000 man. Okay, and it's such a small number, and I don't want to seem conceited, but seriously, it's a milestone for me. So I'm going to feel good about it, and not just feel good, I want to share it with you guys because I want you guys to experience this too. Because maybe you got a girl, maybe you got a little kid, maybe you got a niece, a nephew, maybe you got a dog, and you want to spoil the hell out of that dog, or you want to spoil the hell out of that kid or that girlfriend, whatever it is. I want you to know that it's a lot closer than you think. And if you start thinking in terms of today's my lucky day, today's my lucky day, you know, you start catching green lights. People start saying yes. Things go your way. And if you have that mindset, that positive expectancy, expect good things, and good things will come. Ask and you shall receive. Okay? These principles have been bestowed upon us for thousands of years. And one thing I've realized is the truth persists. Okay? The cream always rises to the top. You know, I forget the phrase, but a lie runs around the world twice and truth still wins, or something like that. Truth is the antidote. Seek truth in everything you do, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it challenges all the beliefs you've had in the past. Okay, it's better to have an uncomfortable truth than a comfortable lie. No one likes to be lied to, so don't lie to yourself. If you would just improve yourself, you can have whatever you want. The girl, the money, the house, the dog, the family, the business, the number of sales, the amount of income, the body, the mindset. It's all yours. The world is yours. Okay? Now, if you made it to the end of the video, you're a real one. You know, comment, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. But I'm just happy to share with you guys a little accomplishment. And I want you guys to win too. Like, literally, there's other people in the office that did the same as me, so if I can do it, so can you. And I wish you all the best. Happy New Year, 2025. Who knows what it has in store. Today might just be your lucky day. All right, well, it's been a pleasure. You guys know what to do. Carry on.